Dear sir, I have an excess of 20 years experience as a
seeking a position where my extensive experience.
I am also licensed, have a workshop,
work cash
as well
register
as
and scanning equipment
this
in Junior's
opportunity, and I
department.
look forward to talking with you in the very near. These are the resumes that have been sent out. I make copies.
70-year-old Arnold Stone is looking for a job.
I have applied for over 1,000 jobs. I've gone on probably 100 personal interviews, from working as a bag boy for Publix to even as a manager for McDonald's.
And they're jobs traditionally held by younger workers.
And how many places have you applied for in total?
In total, let me see. Ross, Hard Rock. I tried Walmart. Oh, right here. Here's a check cashing store. I haven't heard any response.
When 25-year-old Farrah Titus isn't studying to be a nurse, she's in her car looking for a job to pay her tuition.
Every day, at least I spend 4 or 5 hours driving around, trying to look around to see anywhere if they're hiring, or go to different places even though I don't apply. Just trying to ask them questions if they're hiring anybody. Usually the answer is no.
As the number of cash-strapped retirees who are forced back to work continues to grow, people like Stone find themselves competing for the same types of low-skilled jobs as Titus. For Stone, it wasn't supposed to be this way.
My stock portfolio looks strong. Maybe we're going to be okay at the end of the 65. And it didn't work that way.
Then came 2001, the year Stone's Enron stock collapsed, along with the company. He was 63 at the time.
Went down the drain, just bang, it's done. There's no recovery.
Stone had to pick up his pre-retirement job as a carpenter. But when Florida's booming real estate market went bust in 2008, so did Stone's job. So he's back at it again, sending out those resumes. Stone looks good on paper. In person, he says his age scares employers.
Took his license and everything, even a canceled check of ours. He kept calling and wanting to know when they wanted him to start. And the guy says, oh, well, we just took the resumes and you interviewed you so that when we need you, we can use you. Don't call us, we'll call you.
Stone says employers are choosing younger workers over him.
Somewhat discouraging because they're young, learning. They can give more to the company for a longer period of time.
Titus is young, educated, and has experience, but she's not received a phone call, not one. She thinks older applicants like Stone are beating her out.
Right now, being young, it should be a time where, like, I'm not saying to find a job easily. At least if you go out like for 2-3 months, you should be able to find something. Imagine if I finish with my major later in life and I'm a nursing major, it may not be any job available. I have some friends who's finished with radiology, respiratory therapy, physical therapy, a whole bunch of jobs, and now they finish, they take the state board test, and they can't find a job.
Stone and Titus are still searching. Some employers say their fight for a job is not necessarily about age. There's just not enough jobs to go around.
This is the main dining room. You can see the stage. This is a fish tank stage.
Al Boatwright is now hiring for his new restaurant in Miami Beach. He's received thousands of resumes, some with pictures.
Typically when I put out an announcement, I expect to get a few very, very young, then a few very, very old. Now we've got a lot of the extremities. You know, you've got a lot of extremely young and you've got a lot of extremely mature.
Boatwright says he's looking to hire people who are friendly, enthusiastic, and open to change, regardless of their age, though he tends to find these qualities in younger applicants.
That's one advantage of getting the younger applicants. They're new to it. If you're willing to learn, we'll bring you in, and we've extended our amount of training.
The last time I saw the offices this busy was really 1992. We have about 68,000 people who are unemployed in Broward right now. That's a 77% increase over last year at this time.
The state of Florida has the second largest senior population in the country. Mason Jackson with the federally funded Workforce One job agency, says the so-called strength in numbers appears to be giving older applicants the upper hand in his state.
Older workers are taking some of the jobs that younger people traditionally held. But nationwide, we know that the ranks of the unemployed, especially among older workers, has increased 46% from last year due to the myths that are out there among employers about older workers, that somehow older workers are less energetic or older workers are maybe more afraid of technology. I've seen about 4 of these cycles, and the economy will recover. The question is, will you have the skills that will be in demand at that time?
That's a question Arnold Stone and Faraditis ask themselves every day.
Say, for instance, if I didn't have my parents, what would happen? You know, which is very scary right now.
We could probably squeak by. God forbid if you have to go to the hospital, it's just not there.